What's going on, Pisces? This is your reading for the new moon solar eclipse on October 2nd in the sign of Libra. Very special time. Beautiful things are on the way. And I wanted to say that this is for the Pisces rising, but also sun, moon, planets. If you have a prominent 12th house or a prominent Jupiter or a prominent Neptune, you're going to feel this shit too. But this is really for my Pisces. So I'm going to explain to you kind of what this cycle means, and then we're going to run through your chart and your cards. And I'm really freaking jazzed about it. So let me tell you something cool. Let me tell you the good news, children. Gather around, and let's see what it's given. So, by the way, if you guys don't know about the tarot, this is the Pisces card. So that's why we've separated this one for your reading. Okay. But the solar eclipse is a very powerful time. Expect powerful changes. There we go. Put it in the frame. Exactly. Okay. So basically, a solar eclipse is a supercharged new moon. A lunar eclipse is a supercharged full moon. So this is actually the former and not the latter. So, fun fact, the lunar cycle takes about 28 to 29 days to start and culminate. All right. So within the 28 and a half days or so, the moon will start new, and then it'll wax up over the first 2 weeks. It'll peak in the full moon, and then the next 2 weeks will be waning, and we head back down to the new moon. Awesome sauce. So a new moon is a new beginning. This is the best time to set intentions, to write out your goals, and to really put a seed in the universe and take inspired action, gang. This is like Christmas. This is like a new beginning. It's like write the list. What do you want from life? Get creative. And remember that you are the one, Neo. We're going to break out the matrix today, baby. Yeah. So, in addition to this, let me remind you, it's about a new moon every month. But deeper than that, the solar eclipses happen about once a year. And this is a really interesting time where the moon will actually block out the sun, casting a shadow on the earth. And that's really cool. And, another fun fact, I'm full of them, is that the total eclipse is really going to happen in the Pacific Ocean or the very bottom part of South America. So it's likely you're not going to see the total eclipse. Some people in North America are going to get a partial eclipse, but regardless, the whole planet is going to get this energy. So the thing about the new moon is it's the stage, it plants the seed, and that follows us for like the next month. But the eclipses are supercharged lunations. So the energy of this eclipse is going to follow us for at least 6 months in the future too. So it's very important that you see spirit flipping up the camera, the focus changing. Yeah, we better look at what's going on right now. So I'm going to pull up the chart. I'm going to show you the highlights of this moon, and I'm going to pull your cards, and we can start to walk through your houses 1 through 12. And if you enjoy this video at any point, do consider leaving a like. It helps the channel out tremendously. Some of y'all love this already, so you should be smashing that like button. Hit like twice, like it, then unlike it, and then re-like it again. Okay. So what gives? Basically, like I was saying, you can see in this chart, in this green circle, that the moon right here has connected to the sun in Libra. And let me also talk about that for a second. The sign that the moon comes into in the beginning of the cycle is the energy we're receiving. And it's Libra season. So a new romantic cycle begins. Love is in the air. Get excited. And this could bring new people into our lives. This is altering and shaping the way that we relate to everybody. So that's very cool. And I think the most beautiful thing about this cycle is that it's asking us to have more peace and to have more balance and to live a better life and to have harmony and equanimity, reciprocity with the people in our lives too. So it's high level partnerships, man. This might even look like the time for some of y'all to meet your soulmate. And that's cool. So, like I said, you got the moon conjunct the sun. That's the new moon. The moon is conjunct the node. That's the eclipse. The moon is in Libra. It's a beautiful time. But also, this moon is really freaky, guys. And I'm going to really paint the picture for you. Hold up. Oh, what the heck? Okay, boom. I'm just messing with the annotations. I didn't like that arrow. It kind of felt out of place. All right, boomski. There's the circle. The moon is conjunct Black Moon Lilith. And we don't really see this all that often. I'm going to explain what that means, basically. And I'm going to use my handy dandy crystals to kind of illustrate this, okay? Let's say that this malachite was Earth, all right? and the Earth is earthing, and then let's say that this little snick was the moon because it's nice and white. So the moon's driving along. Bro, like I'm about to just start, playing with my fucking toys. So hold up. Okay, boom. So basically the moon is orbiting around the earth and it's doing its thing and lunar cycle, etc., yada yada, quack, quack, quack. And basically, because the moon is not elliptical. Oh, I'm tripping, man. I'm putting my foot in my mouth. The moon is not a circular orbit. The moon is elliptical. So what that means is it's you know, sometimes going to get closer to the Earth and sometimes it's going to get further away from the Earth. And when the moon is at its max distance from the Earth, we call this the lunar apogee. Fun fact. And this is also called Black Moon Lilith in astrology terms. And this is a very prominent part of everybody's chart that really shows, the deepest emotional needs that we have because the moon is at its furthest point. And you guys probably already know the moon controls the tides. The moon is our feelings. The moon is, very much moving around the water balance in the world. And you're mostly water, right? So if you were curious, when the moon is closest, we call this the lunar perigee or Selena. But hey, this is Lilith. So with the moon solar eclipse conjunct the black moon, this literally just means that the moon is far out, gang, super far away. And what that would suggest is that this cycle that we're all diving into is about confronting our hidden emotions. Okay. And these emotions could be hidden deliberately, like the shit we don't want to feel. So we numb and suppress and run from it. Or it could be inadvertently hidden, like parts of us that we just haven't even met yet. Okay. But it's just really important to note before I even go into the reading that it's really about doing the shadow work. What the fuck does that mean? Because you hear this term thrown around a lot nowadays. And it's a very important thing. And it's not a new concept. Shout out Carl Jung. This is about understanding the unconscious. You are consciously aware of a lot of shit, like this video, and your body, and your breath, and the sound I'm making, and your ideas, and your dreams, like your visions, what you want, what you desire, your past, all of your experiences. Those are conscious. But what about the unconscious, the things that you are not aware of? So the future, everything you haven't experienced, the stuff that you have experienced but didn't want to experience, and then you started to try to forget about it and push it away and relegate it to the underworld. So the shadow is comprised of a lot of negative emotion, but also just the collective energies that we have no understanding of. You understand? Shadow is deep, and we have to work with the shadow and understand that you are the universe, Pisces. You probably know this, Pisces, but let me keep it a buck. We are one organism, but we live in this world of duality. So it's like you and I are like blood cells in God's body, basically. It's one way to see the world, one form of cosmology. So essentially, you are everything, but also you are on this limited spacesuit right now. And you got to be a good blood cell, a good ant in the ant farm, right? And don't fuck up this world by feeling like the world is out to get you or thinking that everything outside of you is not you. You need to learn how to see yourself in everything and everybody. And at the same time, don't let your empathy rock you to sleep and feel like if bad things happen to you or there's negative people that you got to just take it on the cheek and let them slap you silly. No, that's not what I'm saying. Doing your shadow work will help you have compassion for yourself and compassion for others while setting healthy boundaries. Okay. But it's just really important. If you took nothing from this conversation, let me break it down clearer. Take accountability for how you feel, your emotions. All right. And at the end of the day, it's like some people may not treat you right, or they may give you bad vibes, or some people might not be good for your spirit. But ultimately, you got to own the fact that you don't like that and then set your boundaries and, interact healthy. All right. And I said this to the Scorpio when I did their reading. It's like, life is not all love and light. Like, look at the wars on the planet, man. If there's like a country or a person like going to war and being a bully, it's like sometimes you can't just like hug them to death or kill them with kindness. Sometimes you got to sting a motherfucker. You feel me? But use your discernment. Do that when it's necessary. But like I said, take responsibility for how you feel, and this will minimize your projections and your fears when you can realize that the power is within you. Okay. So that's the Lilith thing. But also, I want to really highlight that Mars is square the new moon. And this is a very important theme for this cycle, guys. Because on one note, like let's start with the sun part of the Mars square. This is the universe begging us, literally getting on the knees and pleading, saying, Daddy or Mama, please, I need you to be intentional with everything in your life. Quit giving this shit to God. Quit fucking off your time in your life. Be direct. Go exactly after what you want. Be fucking intentional. Why? Because if you're intentional with everything in your life, all your intentions could manifest. Then you could live your dreams and you could be a blessing, right? But here's the problem. This is a square. So what that kind of says is that when Mars is highlighted, there's the need for control, okay? And this makes a desire to be completely free. So you may not even want to follow through with your goals because fuck it, it feels like I got to work. And that's bullshit. So lock in and stay committed, stay consistent, and be disciplined. And honestly, this means you probably have to change yourself with the sun square to Mars. On another note, Mars is in Cancer, which is hard for Mars. And the sun is in Libra, which is hard for the sun. So the other issue with this one is like, you might not even know what the fuck you want. You might be indecisive as hell right now in this cycle. So it's important to narrow down your scope and lock the fuck in and maybe even eliminate some options that don't serve, that don't make sense, things that take you off your path. Like addition by subtraction. If you don't know exactly where the fuck you're going, just start removing shit that doesn't feel right. Okay. And deeper than this, the Mars Sun square gives us this desire to improve ourselves or this need for a challenge or a want for competition. And you need to realize that it's coming from within you so you don't start to take issue with others and start to hate other people or feel like people are coming against you. And by and large, man, with the unconscious people that don't understand these energies, it's likely that there are going to be a lot of haters in this cycle. But at the end of the day, man, the world needs them. I wish we could all sit in circle and say kumbaya, but at the end of the day, polarity exists. And some people love hate. And that's a weird thing to think about. So try not to add to the hate and the fuckery and the disgusting shit in this world as much as you can. All right, gang. And you're the last reading I'm doing for this eclipse. So I'm going to really take the time and give you guys special care and attention with this one. All right. There's this need for competition, the need for aggression. So physical exercise is going to be really necessary for you to take the edge off of contentious emotions, especially with the moon square this Mars. Okay. And on one note, the moon square to Mars talks about internalized anger. So it's going to be really important that you claim your anger so you don't take it out on other people, like your friends or your family or the world, or feel like everybody's out to get you when it's really you mad at everybody in the world. It's really that deep, guys. And deeper than this, you have to recognize that the periodic disruptions in your plan or the disturbances or interruptions, these are an opportunity to get to know yourself. And beyond that, that could be the enjoyable fabric of your life if you really just had a growth mindset. Okay. And this also says feel your feelings and don't try to exert too much control over those. And also at the same time, demand more from yourself and demand less of other people. You can only lead from example. Stop trying to tell people what to do all the goddamn time. Okay. And that's ironic with me saying this to the public, but at the same time, man, I live Moon Square Mars every day of my life. So I've been able to internalize this and relate to it. So I'm just giving this in a neutral terms. You should not take anything I'm saying personally. But at the same time, with this moon square Mars, it kind of is the time to feel like everything's fucking personal or directed towards you. All right. So really, you got to confront your insecurities and make sure that you aren't so defensive or like withdrawn that you take issue with everything. In other words, Cancer Mars is saying, come out of your goddamn shell, Pisces. Come out of your shell. Show your face to the world. Don't be too scared. Don't be too secretive. And y'all are mysterious as all hell to begin with. So you may have to work on that a little bit. But beyond the Moon Mars square, I also want to say that the ruler of Libra, the depositor, is Venus. And Venus is in Scorpio. And this is an interesting place for Venus to be. Okay. And on one note, Venus in Scorpio is a very beautiful time, an intensely beautiful time. This is sexy. It's powerful. It's magnetic. It's secretive. It's mysterious. It's beautiful. But on the other note, this can be powerfully fucked up too, in the sense that Venus is how we love and value and relate and what we want. And this is wanting shit so intense, we have this compulsion to get it. And that could mean that we want it at all costs, even beyond our character, you know? So you have to be intentional yet again, not just with your personal life, but how you relate to other people, because, this could say getting love and power confused. And the result of that would be trust issues or possessiveness or jealousy. And this could be a want to manipulate people or to, you know, possess them once again. And also, if you aren't committed to your life, if you're not loving yourself fully and unconditionally, you'll want somebody else to possess you. And that's not going to be healthy or fair in any magnitude, because ultimately you're projecting your needs on somebody else. So this is the message that you need to receive. Love yourself with your whole entire soul. Love the darkest parts of yourself. Love the ugly parts of yourself. Give yourself compassion for even your most disgusting parts. Offer yourself love. But at the same time, you got to listen to your conscience, gang. Like, if there's parts of you that you don't like, feel free to change them. Yeah. I might just pull up in the lamb, y'all. Skirt, skirt. All right. Let's talk about this moon, though. Oh, yeah, by the way, where is this moon for you guys? I just got distracted by the toys. All right. Hey, you got this moon in your eighth house. And this is honestly intense. The moon has some interesting challenges in the eighth house. And this would speak to me about, beyond having interesting people come into your life or trying to find the peace and the balance that is Libra. This tells me that you guys are going to get, you more than others during this solar eclipse cycle, are going to become intimately aware with your shadow side and your deepest desires within your soul. And also, you may have a desire more than others to withdraw. And if your spirit is telling you to do that, that's okay. So I just want to make that known, because I know I'm saying to, bear your emotions and share with the world. But at the end of the day, man, sometimes growth happens in solitude, Pisces. So remember that. And sometimes you have to disconnect to reconnect. The moon in the eighth house talks about transforming, shedding your skin, rising from the ashes like a phoenix, but deeper than that, truly embracing your desires and getting after what the fuck you want in life. This could also reflect you becoming more powerful, getting rich, accumulating wealth. Really cool shit, man. So that's why I'm about to pull up in the lamb. You see me? Boomski. And I'm not a Pisces, but I do have Jupiter in Pisces. I got Pisces South Node, prominent as Neptune too. So I'm ready to receive this message as well. Cards are pretty well shuffled, but I'm gonna hit them a couple times, and we're gonna go house by house, guys. And I'm gonna really show you what's in the cards for you and what energies are really at your disposal and how you can make the most of this solar eclipse. And send this video to your Pisces friends if you haven't yet. Let them know what's good. So we're gonna see what's in the first house. By the way, you have Saturn in the first house. Saturn's in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces. It's an interesting time for the Pisces right now. And also, like, Saturn doesn't make anything easy. So I will say that this, at best, the Pisces have been really focused on mastering themselves and taking life more seriously and, really being locked in. But at worst, this would say that the Pisces have been getting kind of depressed and really feeling sad as fuck and feeling like the world hates them, is out to get them, and that they don't even have a purpose and they don't matter. And let me be abundantly clear. You fucking matter. Yes, you do. You're an intrinsically valuable and useful part of the world. And some of y'all feel like you shouldn't exist. And I'm sorry that you feel that way, but you do need to exist. And you help the world by living in it. Your life adds significance to all of life. And this life is for you to create. I'm not religious, by the way, but I'm going to say God loves you. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. The universe loves you. The being that we all live in loves you. Otherwise, it wouldn't let you exist. If you, I'm saying this to somebody who feels this way, man. If you were as bad as you thought you were, the world would have taken you out already. The fact that you're hearing this message says that you are beautiful, that you're amazing. And also, I will say that with Pisces having Libra in the eighth the whole time, every day of their goddamn life, this being in the eighth, sometimes y'all really have a hard time seeing how beautiful you are. And I'm sorry, man. A lot of you guys feel lonely as shit. And that's the hardest part about being a Pisces, is that you have this universal lens within your life and you feel like your life might be a dream. And I can't argue with that, man, for real. They say life is but a dream. So, hey, man, the beautiful thing is you're lucid and you can fly around. You can, spawn shit into the map with your mind. You're playing Minecraft on creative mode. So let's go. For and 3. I'm excited to see what it is in your first. And 2 and 1 more. And shout out to Wendy, advancing with Wendy, Libra Moon Tarot 777. She gave me this Libra Moon Egyptian deck. This is so fitting for the Libra Moon solar eclipse. So let's see what's in your first house. And if you guys go, if you want to get this deck, the Libra Moon Tarot, it's the Egyptian Libra Moon Tarot. Go on Instagram and search Advancing with Wendy. One word, you'll find her. She's awesome. She's a Libra Moon, and you'll be able to grab this deck. And I fucking knew it, dude. I literally knew this shit. I saw it in my mind's eye. I wish I would have said something before I pulled it so you guys could know that I knew this, but it doesn't matter. Saturn retrograde in the first. And this is why I knew this, because Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. I'm sorry, Saturn rules over Capricorn. This is the Capricorn card. And I just felt like it has to be the Saturn in the first house. Check it out. This motherfucker right here. Oh, whoops. I hit hide the meeting. Sorry if I just fucked up the screen share. But look in your first house, gang. That's Saturn right there in the first. And it's retrograde. So, yeah, hard times, man. Some of y'all feel like you're restricted or boxed in or like, God damn, I want to escape. I don't know how the fuck to get out of there. But I would also say with this retrograde, this tells me that you're cleaning up your act or you're looking at things that are kind of out of place and doing a lot of reorganizing. And responsibility is really the key. And also, hey, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck 50. You guys are dealing with a lot of fears. So stay strong, stay brave, stay committed to your life. Don't look too far ahead, man. Have a vision, but at the same time, take it a day at a time if you got to. Fuck, take it an hour at a time, a moment at a time if you really got to. Never give up on your life, man, because some of y'all feel like doing it worst right now. Never give up. You got to see it through, my boy. You got to see it through. This world is beautiful. Life always gets better, man. It always does. But at the same time, let me also say that this is the arc of bossing your life up, taking control of your life. Saturn is not necessarily that easy in Pisces because it gives us this opportunity to master our emotions and master spirituality. And that even kind of feels like the universe and its help kind of takes a step back. But it's even harder in the first house, man, because this is, you know, Saturn reflects duality. Duality, like the fact that I exist and things exist outside of me and we're bound by time, space. Duality. But the first house is all about singularity, about being an individual, about being the single focus, experiencing life from yourself. So this is like a conflict. Saturn fucks with the 7th house and has a harder time in the first. So I will just say, man, Pisces, stay strong and keep working on mastering yourself because that's really the message right here, okay? The second house talks about what we need, our values, and even the resources we have available at our disposal right now. And right now it's the 7 of Wands in reverse. So, hey, this is actually kind of a beautiful thing because this is the opposite house of the moon. So this is where the North Node is. This is where we're heading towards. Basically, what life is showing you guys right now is how to become more self-reliant. And at the same time, you may kind of feel beat down or like, fuck, I got to do everything by myself. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately. But that really is fortunate if you really think about it and take the time to be grateful for the lesson. You're learning how to become stable and stand on your own 2 feet. Okay. But at the same time, gang, it's like this also has this feeling of like, why am I not getting the support that I feel like I need? Why am I alone right now? What the fuck is given? Do you guys hate me? Like, is the world out to get me? Nah. You just have interesting lessons going on right now. So the third house, what's the mindset? What's the attitude? Adopt a growth mindset, 2 of Pentacles. Don't be so resistant to change, man. Change is painful. Change requires sacrifice a lot of times. But hey, this life doesn't stop for nobody. So you got to have a growth mindset, man. That's going to serve you best at this time. And also at the same time, check this out. You got Uranus going through the third house. And Uranus in the third house is a feeling of mental instability. If I could just keep it 100. But at the same time, this is time for you to think for yourself and to be a free thinker. and to let your inner genius shine. Okay. And that's the gift right here. And recognize that if you're capable of allowing change to happen, you can find freedom within yourself, Pisces. That's the beautiful thing about Uranus here. So the fourth house is the mood, the feelings, even, what's going on in your home and your private life. This is the home of the moon, by the way. So what's the mood? And this is Gemini for you guys. That didn't, I felt like one of those popped out, but it didn't really like jump out. So let's keep going. What's the vibes, Pisces? Let me know in the comments. How are you feeling? That same thing. Okay, third time's the charm. Third time is the charm. Fourth house, boom, judgment. Yeah, you might be feeling judged by the world or judged by others. And also, I will just say on a more like positive note, judgment in the fourth is like really deciding what it is that your art wants. Think about what's going to feel the best for you. Define it. Use your better judgment. And this goes right hand in hand with third house Uranus. Like, let your mind be your most powerful tool. Think for yourself. That's really I can't stress enough how important this Uranus energy is in the third house. You guys have to think for yourself, Pisces. You really got to think for yourself. A mind that can't think for itself is really useless if you really think about it. So give yourself permission to be free. Ooh-wee. And I'm talking break out the matrix, question your beliefs, think about shit that doesn't make sense to you. And also Jupiter is in Gemini in your fourth house too. So this is expanding your intuition, but it's making you question a lot of shit too. And you should be questioning shit. A lot of you guys are realizing, how you were taught about the universe is not exactly how it is. Those were just people's perceptions of it. So allow yourself to form your own opinions through your own experiences. What does your heart say? Make sure shit makes sense logically, but also intuitively, is what this is saying. And then the fifth house is where you have Cancer, and that's Mars transiting your fifth house. And the fifth house talks about what do we do? What action should we be taking? Who should you be right now? What's the character that you want to assume? Fifth house is how you create everything. And if you have kids, this also will kind of say something about your kids too, by the way. Let's see what the fifth house is about for the Pisces. And I kind of feel the need to shuffle this a little bit more and like kind of refresh the algorithm in the cards. 3, 2, and 1. We'll just do 3. 3 feels good. All right, boomski. Okay, well, that made a lot of sense. This is really funny, guys. If you know more of the deeper meanings in the tarot, this card is Cancer, the Chariot, and you have literally Cancer in the fifth house. And I'm going to point it out to you, man, because I'm him. I'm literally so good at tarot. I fucking love the tarot. And I'm not the, no, I'm going to claim to be the best. Show me a better tarot reader and I'll learn from them. For real. Let me know your best tarot reader and I want to study them and get better than them. I got Mars in my 10th, y'all. I'm sorry. Competitive ass dude. All right, but let me say with Mars in Cancer, this is a choppy. And also, I will just say with Mars in the fifth house, this may make you feel kind of emotionally unstable as well. Or like the feelings have been super intense and frustrating as well. And you're taking issue with yourself. And maybe some of you guys are hiding your feelings. I'm getting a lot of smoking and drinking and partying and not wanting to feel this shit, trying to numb it, suppress it, scroll all day, crank your hog or whatever, or like flick the whatever. And I mean, that's cool. I'm not going to tell you not to enjoy yourself, but hey, feel your goddamn feelings. My spirit guides are like, bro, the shit you say is disgusting. Third house Pluto. Out of pocket, man. Out of pocket. Jail. Go to jail. All right, man. But hey, let me also say that Mars in the fifth is this need to feel special, to know that you are special. And this, to me, Chariot, Cancer energy in reverse tells me that it's about healing the inner child, opening up the heart, connecting with the mother and the father within. You feel me? Hey, it's really that deep. It's really that deep, gang. And hey, some of y'all feel like your family is destroyed. And I hate that shit for y'all. Feeling alone as fuck. Feeling like nobody cares or loves you, man. And I love you. I know we might not be necessarily that close, but I'm you in a different vessel, for real. I'm the universe. And I know that that's a little comforting at the end of the day, but I'm here to remind you that it's your love that you need. So you have to find that father within, that mother within, and seek to unify yourself with your own heart. And then you can start to unify your family. Okay. And a family needs a collective identity or they'll fall short every time of trying to uphold an ideal. But at the end of the day, man, it's like you can't force people to keep their hearts open or force others to love. So Virgo, no, I'm sorry, I skipped Aquarius. Am I tripping? Bro, I'm literally jumping the like I'm bro. I don't know where I went. I went off into Neptune because y'all don't have Aquarius in the sixth. It's Leo. The fuck, Mark? Leo comes. I should know this. You know, I might be the best tarot reader, but sometimes the astrology, I'd be like forgetting how to count to six. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Okay. But I was so close. I thought it was Virgo, but that was in the seventh, and I just kind of got inconjunct. But hey, man, I'm not perfect. So Leo is in your sixth house, and you may be doubting yourself, man. And I'm encouraging you not to do that. Stop getting on your own nerves with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and allow yourself to see the big picture and know that you really are lucky. Start counting your blessings, man. Focus on what you're grateful for. Focus on the things in your life that you actually like, and then the universe can keep giving you good things. Be grateful. But also, I want to say, man, like, if things frustrate you, acknowledge it. Be thankful for the lesson, but you don't have to like lie to yourself and be like, I'm thankful for all this shit when you're not. You want to count the things that you're genuinely the most thankful for because the universe can start sending you more of it. Don't rock yourself to sleep and don't abuse yourself with your own empathy. Okay. I hope you understand what I'm saying, but I'm also going to go deeper and say, like, if you know the universe is connected to you, so you're empathizing with the big picture, the universe, and you know that you have to be thankful because the universe is trying to bless you or give you life. You don't have to lie to the universe and be like, oh, I love Brussels sprouts when you fucking hate them type shit. People could treat you like absolute dog water and you don't have to be thankful for that shit. You can actually be like, yo, I fucking hate that. And you're a Pisces, man. So you're gentle and sweet and you're loving. And one of your problems, I'm going to keep it a buck, is a lot of times you bite your tongue when you're upset. You suffer in silence when you don't need to. You got to let that shit out, man. And sometimes speak up and know that you matter and stop trying to take everybody's suffering or feel like you need to be the one that gets beat up all the time. No, absolutely fucking not. Oh man, I'm laughing because I'm hurting. Because I'm like, I'm listening to my conscience and I just know some Pisces needed to hear that shit. So by the way, we're gonna hit the second hemisphere. This is the first six cards. And because Libra rules the seventh house, this card is going to be very significant, and so is the eighth card, because this is where you actually have Libra. But also, let me say this, gang. As far as the first hemisphere, the dice are saying Neptune in the 10th house, Libra energy. So this cycle for you guys is really about balancing your relationship with the world. You see, making peace with life, making peace with your responsibilities, even Saturn in the first energy. Bro, you see the camera like switching, guys. Like this is spirit is in this bitch. And it's crazy because it's literally refocusing to my words. Sometimes even I'm not even moving, but then the lens will just like refocus because that's spirit jumping in here saying, yo, we're here with you. We love you. You are not alone. No matter how alone you feel, I promise you are not alone. This said Capricorn. Shit. You're getting stronger. That's the beauty here. You're evolving. You're a tough motherfucker. Pluto and Capricorn. Hey. Hey, that's insane. In the 11th house. Bruh, is this shit not real as fuck? Y'all, what the actual fuck? What are the chances of that? Does any mathematician want to let me know what the probability of that was? Because we rolled exactly where you're what you're going through. Pluto in the 11th house of Capricorn. And that can feel isolating. That can feel alien, foreign. You're like, fuck this cruel world. I don't even want to be a part of it. I hate this shit. I didn't ask to come here. And maybe your ego didn't. Nobody asked to be born. I never remember doing that, but my soul did, and so did yours. Otherwise, you never would have jumped in the body. And take a step back. You aren't your name. You aren't your body. These are things that you have. You are the bornless one. You are the immortal soul. Pardon me, confirmation burp. And what's fun for your soul might not always be fun for your body. So know that and try to make peace with the great unknown and this temporal experience. Okay. Well, let's see what's in your seventh house. Let's reshuffle the algorithm. I need five at least. Let's do five. Five is a magic number. And really, if you think about it, all numbers are magic. Now let's go to four. Three. You. Oh, what? I actually wanted that one. Two and one. So what's coming for this Pisces people's new moon solar eclipse? Because daddy wants some new shoes. I want $1 billion gazillion, baddest bitch in the world, respectfully. Happy kids, happy family. I want to sit on the beach and sip a pina colada. I want to put my toes in the sand while the sun's in my face. I'm literally gonna ask you before I even get into the card, because I'm gonna pull the card no matter what. But gang, you create your life. So really take the time to visualize because it's great to receive a reading, it's great to get clarity, but that's what this is about. This isn't about just waiting for fate and chance to create your life. No, you're going to create it yourself. And you're lucky because you're a Pisces. And that means your gift is visualization. Your gift is the inner world. That's the beauty of being the last sign of the zodiac, is that you get a little bit of connection to everything. You got the best perspective. So you're going to use this perspective to create the fuck out of your life. And I'm literally asking you, I'm damn near about to get on my knees and start foaming at the mouth and scratching the walls, man. Like, chill. Okay, but for real, please imagine what you want. Whether you realize it or not, you're imagining all day, every day. But this world is so loud and overbuilt. We get stuck in our phones. We get stuck in the day to day, the going to job, to school, to work, responsibilities, blah, 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 quack, quack. So what we got to do is have a dream, have a vision, and know with certainty that the future is always better than the past. It always is. We can't create the future if we're stuck in the past. Okay. And there's a lot of Pisces. Statistically, about 112 of y'all are Pisces. So I know that this will hit everybody differently, but at the same time, some of y'all are like more free than you've ever been, and some of y'all are about to make that big fucking breakthrough. And I'm here for it, man. I'm so fucking jazzed about it. But literally, take the time to get the picture. I was trying to give you an example, man. I pull up in the Lamb. Picture this. I pull up in the Lamb. Boom. Butterfly doors go up. Hold up. It's the Aventador. I hop out. I'm wearing Dior. Fuck Dior. I'm wearing my own brand, but I got the Dior kicks on, and I got the baddie with me, my Sophia, and she's gorgeous, and she is my divine feminine. And we don't have kids yet because it's not that time, and this only has two seats. So like, boom ski, we hop out the Lamb. Uh, I go into the building and I start signing my books for people that are like, "Whoa, your book changed my life." And somebody comes to me with their book with tears in their eyes because they're overwhelmed with joy because they needed that perspective. And I get to give them a hug. And I feel like all my suffering in my past coming full circle. Like that's, you feel me? My dreams are going to manifest. Watch me, man. Yeah. Fast car. I throw the keys to the valet and I say, keep the change. And he says, what? And I say, I'm sorry. Don't keep the change. I'll be back for this later. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to tip him. That's why I said that. My bad. Hand him a hundo. Keep the change. You feel me? Big money, big car. Or it's really a little car. But either way, man, what's going to make you the happiest? Think about it, man. This life is your canvas. You are the artist. And I want you to, beyond seeing it, which is very key, Pisces, feel it in your body. Feel it as if right now, train your body to experience this mind. So you can send the emotional signal to the universe that I want this shit so bad. This is what I want, gang. You got to understand the universe is watching you always. And you've probably always felt that as a Pisces. But you need to know, man, this universe loves you. So by virtue of its love, it would be pleased to give you what you want. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay? Your prayers are heard. You need to understand that. But closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to ask. Repeat after me out loud with your mouth. Universe, please show me a sign. Universe, I want to see how beautiful life can be. Universe, show me how good life gets. Say it 3 times. Universe, show me how good life gets. Universe, show me how good life can be. 2 more times. I do it in 3s. Universe, show me how good life can be. Universe, please show me how good life can be. And know that you will be heard. And be ready to receive it, man, because your life is about to get dope as fuck. It's probably already dope, but good times are coming. Good times are on the way. Your words are spells, so be careful with them. All right. And this is your 7th house. It's showing strength. That's beautiful. You have Virgo in the 7th house, by the way. And this is also telling you to just make your habits make sense. You know, respectfully, don't fuck off your time. It's okay to enjoy your life or, to watch movies or to indulge every now and then, man, but you have to be building up power. You need to be living intentionally. That's really the bottom line message, gang, that life is teaching you is, are you being intentional with your life? Because if you're not, your intentions aren't going to manifest. You could want to be a movie star. You could want to be, a script writer, Michael Bay type shit, or a model, or a book writer, or even, a teacher, or, a millionaire, or like you might even want to be just a bus driver or whatever. But it's like, if you don't take the action, you're not going to get it. You could want to be a famous artist, but if you never fucking paint, how's that going to happen? Right? If you don't do something today to move you forward, you don't care that much. You just care about other shit. You care a lot, but just about the wrong shit. So make sure you care about the right shit. And this is funny as hell to me, like funny, weird. This is Libra energy in your 7th, no, not your 7th, but your 8th house. Gang, this has been the most crazy reading I've done for the Pisces. Really, out of all the 12 signs, the dice showed where Pluto was in the chart. The 5th house was showing, or the 5th card was showing the sign in your 5th house. The 8th card was showing the sign in your 8th house. What the fuck? What the fuck? Y'all don't realize how beautiful you are and how much joy you bring to the world, do you? And this also tells me that what you need is peace. Deeper. What you're desiring is love. You want balance. You want reciprocity. You want people to give what you give them. You want things to be fair. Discord notification. It said, boop. You want things to be fair. You want things to be equal. Y'all struggle asking for what you want sometimes, man. And that's what I'm seeing. Is you have to ask for what you want. And also, man, let me tell you this. You can't negotiate with somebody if you're unwilling to walk away. So sometimes, people may say no, and then you just say, well, okay. And you just give up on it. Fuck that. Don't do that. Be like, hey, I'm not really asking you. I'm telling you, I need this shit. Okay. If we want to be friends, if we want to be lovers, if you want to live in my house, whatever it happens to be, hey, I need you to do this shit. Okay. For real. And I hate to sound like a bitch, but this is the way it has to be. Because I value my life. I respect myself. I care about me. Okay. And I also want to illustrate, this is something I highlighted before, but just, to kind of separate these parts. We're having the eclipse because the lunation is hitting the node. And the nodes are an axis in the chart. And what they basically reflect is the movement of the solar system. The sun is moving, the galaxy is moving. It's bigger than just Earth, but basically this shows us where we're moving towards, where we've come from. And we got to get with the program. We got to get with where we're going. All right. And in the past is old news. The past is Libra. The future is Aries. You see, Libra is about relationships, balance, compromise. Aries is about individuality, standing on our own 2 feet, going first. You understand? Pisces, you got to be more selfish. I'm going to keep it a buck 50 with you. You have to be more selfish. You got to stop depending on other people so goddamn much and start depending on yourself. But also, you know, when you hit those limits, you got to literally ask for what you need. You got to ask for help. And I'm hearing therapy. You're not weak because you struggle. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through hard times. It's okay to be at your wit's fucking end, to be like, I need some help. Dude, you are not supposed to keep the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. One person can change the world, but you're not meant to change the whole world your goddamn self. It takes a village, man. So when you hit your limits, ask for help. The ninth house, lovers. That's beautiful. So the ninth house deals with our philosophy, our worldview. And hey, dude, you got Venus in the ninth. Wow. Bro, this is the most magical reading I've ever done, in my opinion. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. This is so fucking cool. The lover is saying, yeah, dude, good relationships are coming. You know, pay attention to how people make you feel. And you could have some very magical people coming your way. That's very beautiful. So this is the 10th house. This reflects the goals. Like, what is it that we're trying to do? Take control. Emperor energy. Live a life by your own design. And this is Gemini in your 10th, isn't it? No, I'm tripping. I'm a Virgo. That's my 10th. It's Sagittarius in your 10th house. And what you guys want is freedom. You want to be free. You want to be able to do things the way that you want to do them. And I fucks with it. So hell yeah, man. Take life into your own hands and decide what you want. And then you can be intentional. And that's really important with judgment on the other side. You got to just figure out what it is you want and you can have it. I mean, unless you want to destroy the world or hurt other people, the world's not going to let you do that for real. You know, and this also tells me again, with this being the 10th house, Saturn doing what it's doing, you may be pissed off at the world. You may want to destroy everything and everybody or self-destruct. And you're going to have to really let that energy out carefully and peacefully. And I strongly recommend the physical exercise once again, because, you know, you need to use the force, Luke or Obi-Wan or what's your face? But use that aggression to build yourself up, not to break yourself down. Do not hurt yourself, Pisces. Self-preservation is the #1 law of nature. So self-destruction is the first crime of nature. Don't hurt yourself. Whatever you do, do not put yourself in harm's way. And I got temperance in reverse for the 11th house. And this is where Pluto is, by the way, in your Capricorn 11th house. And the 11th is, you know, your friends, your community, the world. And this to me kind of feels like you may feel alone or you may feel abandoned by the universe sometimes, or you know, you're trying to evolve yourself and you're like, why do I suck? What's wrong with me? You know, you're growing. Growing hurts, dude. Reading and studying makes you feel dumb. Working out makes you feel weak. Being loved makes you feel unworthy sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So hold on, repeat that shit. Yeah, being loved makes you feel unworthy sometimes, man, because, you know, if you're used to a certain amount of love or value from people, you know, you feel like that's your worth, right? But then when somebody truly comes around and appreciates you, they move you out of what you're comfortable with. They move you into your insecurity. They move you into the space of your fear. And then you may feel bad because you're feeling afraid or you're feeling pain, you know, or something like that. But you're being loved, you're going up, but it just feels like, where am I going? Or is there something wrong with me once again? So temperance also tells me that, you know, because Pluto's here, you're being shaped and remolded, you know, so be graceful in this process with that Pluto 11th, okay? And this is going to be a magical house for you guys with you being Pisces already. This is where you have Aquarius in your 12th house. So I'm going to reshuffle, program these cards just one more time. Quick three shuffles. Let's get it. And then I'm going to do a couple clarification cards for the reading too. But I can feel it in my palms, dude. My third house is lit. If this resonates with me, please leave a like or even just a fire emoji, or you can take the time to write to me in the comments and let me know how did it resonate and what are you manifesting and what are you releasing and what are you excited for? What are you the most excited for? That's what I want to know, truly, because that answers a couple of those questions at the same time. What are you the most excited for, Pisces? Let me know in the comments. I'm most excited for freedom and expansion, financial freedom specifically for me, and being able to scale my business even further, help more people, hit 100,000 subscribers, and go from reaching tens to thousands to reaching millions. That's what I'm excited for. And hey, man, you got the most magical card in the deck coming right at you. This has been the coolest reading I've ever done. I can't emphasize this shit enough, dude. I'm so jazzed for you guys. The universe wants you to know that you're him, you're her, or you are them. Or if you choose not to identify as a pronoun, you are, yeah. And hey, the magician says you create this life. And should you forget that, your life will get kind of frustrating. So don't stress, manifest. And remember that your tools exist on your altar of your soul: fire, water, air, and earth. Wand, sword, oh, I'm sorry, wand, cup, sword, pentacle, or stone. Use your body, use your mind, use your will, and use your heart. And do magic every day. That's what magicians do. They do magic every day. They run energy. And this is literally telling you this is the message you came here to receive, Pisces. If you're still listening, meditate every day. Talk to spirit every day. Give offerings every day to spirit. And it can be this simple. Just burn a stick of incense, man. And before you burn the incense, I'm going to show you how it's done, man. You're about to get everything you want. Look at this, man. You're going to have so many options. You just be like, whoa, I'm rich. You're going to take this incense. You're going to go to your altar. And if you don't have an altar, this is the first thing you do is you clear off the top of that bookshelf, or you clear off that end table, and you just clean it and you make it the designated altar for spirit to be in your house. And this is where you work your magic. This is where you put those tools. This is where you light the candles. This is where you put the incense burner. All right. And when you wake up, you grab the incense and you say, I consecrate this incense. You say these words, repeat this like almost verbatim, or you can, something to this effect. I consecrate this incense as an offering to my spirit guides. Blessed be. And then the incense is consecrated. And then if you were really, really Pisces about it, you would literally visualize before you light the incense that the guides in the other world are receiving it, and then you light it. And if you can't light incense where you are, get the oil diffuser and then say, I offer this oil to my spirit guides. Or maybe you could burn the candle, or you could even get the LED candle, or you could share a snack with them, or make a cup of coffee for them, or make a cup of tea for your spirit guides. Man, call on your spirit guides and offer them up energy. Or you can say, I offer you these prayers. I'm offering you this song. All you got to do is offer energy, because it's about reciprocity, reciprocity. It's like, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, man. You initiate contact, they can talk back to you. All right. So build that altar, do the magic every day, manifest, raise your energies, become your higher self, Pisces. That's what it's talking about. Okay. So magician out here, man, saying it's time to do that magic. Do magic every day. Call on the goddess, draw down the moon, make your moon water, charge your crystals, meditate with your crystals. Live a magical life, Pisces. That's what you need. You're getting a little too earth right now. And you've got to touch grass. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, don't lose that sight of that beautiful, spiritual, mesmerizing part of you. Don't lose sight of that shit, man. For real. Because the moon in the eighth house is a trip. I'm going to be honest, man. Sometimes this makes you kind of feel like you're in the sunken place, or like life is wrong or you're wrong. And, there are parts of us that should be changed eventually, and, change them with love. So Virgo, Saturn in the ninth house. Hey man, you're learning hard spiritual lessons right now, Pisces. So give yourself some credit, give yourself some grace. And this also tells me that spirit is teaching you the value of consistency. And that hurts sometimes because a lot of days we don't want to show up, or it's hard to show up, or, the work that's required feels so far out of our reach or capabilities, but it's still required. You hear what I'm saying? And this is the sad truth that you need to internalize, is that sometimes your best is not good enough and your best just has to get better. Okay. But don't feel like you're defeated before you start just because the best has to get better. Because if you feel like you're defeated before you start, you're just not going to try. And that's not fair for you or anybody else. So I'm telling you, man, even when your best effort doesn't satisfy you, you have to give yourself credit and just move in the right direction. Listen to your conscience and listen to your higher self. All right, I'm gonna do one more shuffle and then we'll clarify the reading. We'll do a little 5 card, little magic ass spread. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. I had so much fun doing this. I'm about to film the weekly podcast. So if you guys don't know, I post a weekly astrology update every single week where I talk about the week ahead before it happens. And then you can get ahead of the times and use this energy to your advantage. So first card. Yeah, some of y'all straight up not having a good time. Oh, fuck, man. 3 of Cups in reverse. That's not joy. That's not abundance. I'm putting these back because that was 2. I want to get 1 at a time. So basically, you got to focus on joy, Pisces. You got to focus on what you want to create. Once again, okay, and that wasn't. Hey, I mean, hey, yeah, we'll make it good. We'll play it out. 3 of Swords in reverse, and this says that life might be painful with the transits you're going through, the 8th house moon, the Saturn in the first, but you're unearthing your pain. You're going through huge transformation. Death card right here. You're being reborn. You're being changed. You're evolving. And evolution is the only solution. Self-mastery is the only success. Oh, yes. You're going on your way up, Pisces. Let's clarify the 3 of Swords with these next 2 cards. You know what they say? Growth hurts. Growing pains. So just because it hurts doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. Sometimes it hurts because you're going the right way. And that's something to think about. So we got the 8 of Pentacles, and this is focusing. This is locking in, just staying focused, guys. Look at what you want in your life. Lock in. And also this says to put good energy into good work. And when you feel like scattered or disorganized, take a step back and recenter yourself too. And I can't shit you, dude. Here it is again. You're going to get everything that you fucking want in this life, man. You're going to get more than what you want. You're going to get an abundance of it, man. You'll have so many blessings. Your cup will overflow and you'll have to give the blessings back to the world. And the world will just keep on blessing you. And then it's an upward spiral. It's recursive. And it's like everybody wins. Everybody eats. To get a blessing, be a blessing. If you want to see a blessing, be a blessing. So stay focused, Pisces. Good things are coming for you. You really just got to remember to visualize every single day. And don't talk down on yourself. Use your words of affirmation. If anything, if I could summarize this, man, you guys are doing excellent, but just less insecure, more confident, and more patient. Okay. Your words are spells. Ask for what you want. Dictate life as you desire to live it. Write your goals on paper and then write them in present tense and say, I am. Instead of, I want to own my own business or bakery, I own my own bakery type shit. You can say this in the shower even when you don't. And if you were to say this every day over and over again to yourself, it's like, how could your actions not align with that shit? You understand? So I know for some that feels like delusion, like lying, but hey, if you won't dare, you can't be a witch. I'm giving you guys some secrets about the witch pyramid, about the magician's tools. You need to know, sword, dare, wand. Hold up. I think I got them out of order. Know, dare, will, and be silent. I'll let you read about it, man, because they can be kind of interchangeable too. So manifest your blessings. And sometimes you got to stop talking about this shit until you get it done. Like say it to the universe, affirm it to yourself, but don't be telling everybody what you're going to do until you do it. Show them the results, okay? I love you, Pisces. Let me know how you resonated with this because I know I went in. Blessed be. Peace.